Alright, today's topic is called solving for a variable, and we've been doing this, solving for x, y, whatever the variable may be, and we've gotten an answer. Sometimes we've gotten no solution, sometimes we've gotten infinite solutions, or all real numbers. Today is going to be a little strange because we're not going to get, we're going to get some interesting answers. So basically, solving for a variable, you have all the tools to do this. And we're going to isolate the variable with inverse operations just like we have been doing. But if you look at these two examples, you'll notice there's more than one variable present. So for A, there's two variables, m and n, and for B, there's three variables, and they tell us what they want us to solve for. So for instance, in A, they want us to solve for m, but we're not going to get a numerical answer. But we can still solve for it, and this is going to help us later on when we start talking about different forms of lines and things like that. So what we want to do is try to isolate m. So if we had something like m minus 2 equals 5, we would know that m would be 7 because I could add 2 to both sides and get m equals 7. All right. We're going to do the same thing here. We just don't know what n is. So we're going to look at what's happening. Well, I'm subtracting n, so I'm going to add n to both sides. Negative n plus n will cancel. I'm left with m equals 5 plus n. And that's what we do right there. That's our answer. Like I said, we don't know what n is, but we know that whatever n could be, m has to be 5 plus n. Okay? And believe it or not, you can actually plug that back in to see if you got the right answer. So if I take m equals 5 plus n, I could take this whole part right here, 5 plus n, and plug it in for m, and see we would get 5 plus n minus n equals 5. But notice how n minus n cancels, and you're left with 5 equals 5. So you can actually check your answer still. You don't have to, but it is possible to check your answers and see how you did. Not as easily as if we got a numerical answer, but it does work. Alright, so let's take a look at B then. Here we have all sorts of different letters, okay? So here's what I would do. And whatever we do to one side, we have to do the other. Since we're trying to solve for k, we want to isolate that. We're doing m divided by k equals x. So what we would do is, since we're dividing by k, we can multiply by k on both sides. And k divided by k will cancel. So you're left with m over 1, or just m, equals, and then we have x times k. Okay, but we still want to solve for k. So in order to do that, this would just be like, okay, let's say m equals 3k. Or 6 equals 3k, something like this. We would divide by 3 on both sides to get the answer, which would be 2. So here we'll divide by x on both sides to get the answer. So we've got k equals m over x, and we can do these little solving things even without any numbers. Lastly, and I'll show you some tricks and things along the way in class too, but let's say we have this one where we want to solve for x. We're going to do a quick distributive property. So this is 2 times x plus 2 times 5, which is 10, equals y minus 4. And we want to get x all by itself. So we're looking to get this isolated, meaning I'm going to subtract 10 on both sides. And we've got y minus 4 minus 10. So I can put these together. Negative 4 minus 10 is negative 14. So we really have y minus 14 equals 2x. And in order to solve for x, we'll divide by 2 on both sides. You can do this one of two ways. You can divide each term by 2 and get x equals y over 2 minus 7, because 14 divided by 2 is 7. So that's one possible answer. The other way that we can do this is to take the whole quantity, y minus 14, and divide it by 2, just like this. So you could leave your answer also as x equals y minus 14 all over 2. So like I said, we'll talk more about this in class with some little tips and tricks with certain problems that we run into. And I know that this looks a little strange, but it's a little harder in this lesson to make something down the road in chapter 5 a little bit easier. So we'll work with this to help us hone our skills for the future. That's all I've got for you.